And now, from New York City and the world-famous Radio City Music Hall, here is Mr. This Is Your Life himself, Ralph Edwards.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we start This Is Your Life backstage at Radio City Music Hall. The stage show is just over, and these are the Rockettes that you see coming toward you. I thought perhaps you'd, this is a very pleasant assignment, I might say. I thought perhaps you'd like to meet a few of them. There goes the director. Let any of them come along here. Yes, hello. What is your name, please?
Miss Thompson.
Hello, Miss Thompson.
How are you?
So nice. I've never ceased to thrill at the wonderful precision work. How do you do? What is your name, please?
Jeanette Dix.
Miss Dix, how are you? Now, since the music hall opened, let's see, it was in 1932, there have been approximately 1,500 Rockettes appearing in 496 different music hall stage productions. Over 2,000 different sets have been built and over 50,000 costumes have been worn. Did you know that? How many costumes do you wear in this particular show, Miss Dix?
In this show, we just wear the one costume.
I see. Must take a lot of mending and sewing and pressing to keep them looking so fresh.
Yes, it does.
Now, who's responsible for all that?
Florence Anderson.
Oh, is she here tonight?
I believe she's around.
Where is Miss Anderson? Is Miss Anderson around anywhere? Oh, here she is. Hello, Miss Anderson. How do you do? Just wanted to meet some of the folks back here. My name's Ralph Edwards.
Oh, I wanted to go on This Is Your Life.
You did? Gee, well, someday you may have your opportunity. You can't tell. You thought that I was going to surprise someone from this large audience here at the music hall. This is really going to throw you, because just what you said. Actually, our cameras are here so that we can say to you, wardrobe mistress of the Radio City Music Hall for the last 27 years, ever since its doors first opened, Mrs. Florence Anderson, tonight...
This Is Your Life.
This is your life. Did you guess it? Huh?
No, I did not, but I was kidding with them.
I knew that she was kidding with her bonnet there. How about that? Well, see what your kidding did? It was absolutely true, right?
I want a trip to Hollywood.
You won a trip?
Yes, I want a trip.
You want a trip or won
Yes,
a trip?
I want a trip.
Oh, well, that's in the future. We're going to talk about your present and go through the past, and maybe the future will hold something like that. Right now, our cameras are focused on the stage of the music hall and on the 6,000 people gathered in the audience. And in just a moment, we're going to take you, Florence Anderson, out on that stage, and before that audience, tell the story of a little girl who always wanted to be in the theater and grew up to work in one of the biggest of them all.
That's right.
Right now, pardon me?
I want to die in the theater, too.
Well, we know it is certainly your first love.
From New York City and the Radio City Music Hall, Ralph Edwards and tonight's This Is Your Life guest, wardrobe mistress, Mrs. Florence Anderson.
Did you know so many attended the Radio City Music Hall all the time?
Oh, yes.
Mrs. Florence Anderson, this is the stage that you've watched from the wings every day for 8,500 days. This is the audience typical of many that you have heard applaud your girls and boys as they finish the spectacular productions for which the music hall is so famous. Miss Anderson, have you ever been on the stage before here?
Oh, yes.
Have you ever been at a presentation where people were out front? Here.
No, not here.
This is the first time you've ever been out here where the people were out front, these wonderful
If I'd have
people.
known, I probably wouldn't have been here now.
This beautiful gold contour curtain is one of the symbols of the music hall, and through the years it's gone up on some mighty lavish scenes. Now, a little while it'll go all the way up again just for you, Florence Anderson, on one of the most spectacular. But for now, let's just raise certain parts of it and have a setting that befits our honored guest. Your work, Florence, is with costumes, so let's have some costumes, please. And there are lots of people who have come here tonight to help tell your story, and let's see, they'll enter from right over there. Just as this gentleman is doing now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Russell Downing, president of the Radio City Music Hall. Mr. Downing.
Yes, I was surprised.
Florence, all of us at Radio City Music Hall congratulate you on your 65 years in show business,
Thank you.
27 of which
Spent
you
here.
have stood in the wings of this stage,
I sure have.
giving loving care to all the costumes,
Yes.
good cheer and encouragement to all during nearly 40,000 performances.
And I've loved every minute of it.
Tonight, the spotlight's on you. And believe me, I'm looking forward to seeing you as the star of this show.
Thank you.
Good luck, and God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Russell Downing. Thank you, sir. A wonderful boss, isn't he? Come right over and sit down here, please. Well, Florence Anderson, let's go back in time and styles of dress to the late 1880s in Liverpool, England. There you're born, Florence Farrell. From the very start, you wanted to be in show business, the ballet to be exact, but there wasn't much money at home to pay for lessons. How did you manage to overcome that?
Well, first of all, we went to a school. And
You-
in that school, we had to be bound over for so many years, maybe 2 or 3 years, you know?
Yes.
And then they trained us.
Now, you sold, I think, potato sacks and medicine bottles to get enough tuition to go through there. And when you're 15, you get your first real job, not with a ballet, but with a vaudeville troupe in England called the Colin Stella Company. But your first week's salary was docked 15 shillings. Why was that,
That's
Florence?
right. Well, that's all they paid, even in the best theater.
But you were docked 15 shillings. Why?
Oh, because I was looking through a hole in the curtain. I wanted to look at the audience.
What a lovely girl you were in those days, Florence.
I don't know.
No wonder a certain young man haunts the stage door of the theater each night. His name was Gus. And the story of the young actress courted by stage door Gus Anderson has its happy ending when you're married on May 7th, 1904. It's 1910 now, and Mrs. Gus Anderson and son Gus Jr. have arrived in New York City. Your husband is chief steward on the White Star Line out of Liverpool. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And he arranges for your passage to America. But there's not much money left by the time you arrive in New York. And
little.
what little you did have is soon lost. How did that happen, Florence?
Well, how do you mean?
I think you were walking in Central Park with your son.
Oh, yes, and my boy threw it. He emptied my pocketbook out.
And someone came along, snatched it up, and
Oh,
away
yes,
you
they
went.
picked it up.
Things look a little brighter, though, when you're interviewed for a job at the old Hippodrome Theater here in New
Yes,
York.
They didn't have very much money either.
They asked Florence if she could dive into the disappearing water tank, ride a horse, or be in the flying act. She said yes to all 3 questions and got the job.
Good friend of yours, Florence. You've known each other for 51 years from New Orleans, Louisiana, and Irvington, New Jersey. Mabel Frisbee. Here, Mabel, dear friend. Come and sit down right here. Mabel, you and Florence, we really took her by surprise, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
You and Florence really share some wonderful memories of the old days at the Hippodrome, don't you?
We certainly did.
Yes. Now, what have you brought along here?
I brought
Mabel?
along some pictures. I think you would like to see them, Flo. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Is,
You're the 7th girl from the left.
she standing there at the
Standing
on the
on
left?
Yes, you
Uh-huh.
are. We certainly had some wonderful times.
What's the other one, Mabel?
And this is a real big production, Flo. I think you're the 17th girl from the left there, standing.
But Mabel, you said that Florence was asked if she could dive into a water tank and ride a horse, but she seems to be standing in all these pictures.
Well, she was standing on a horse under a waterfall. And Florence, you were very smart.
I used to fill the holes with chewing gum so the water wouldn't hit me too hard.
It wouldn't ruin the costume. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mabel Frisbee. Now a wardrobe mistress yourself. And you'll see your good friend Florence Anderson at the party in her honor being given at the glamorous Rainbow room high above the RCA building right here in Rockefeller Center right after the show. And Florence, if you want to get in touch with any of your friends on the show, they're staying at the world-famous Waldorf Astoria Hotel. Now, in just a moment, Florence Anderson, we'll see the transformation from a girl on a horse in a waterfall to a woman with one of the most responsible jobs in show business, wardrobe mistress at the Radio City Music Hall.
Once again, from the Radio City Music Hall in New York City, here is Ralph Edwards and tonight's This Is Your Life honored guest, Mrs. Florence Anderson.
The years roll on, Florence Anderson, exciting dancing years for a young girl on Broadway. Your daughter Frances is born. You're a living statue with the Barnum and Bailey Circus. You're an extra in the Flickers. You're even on the stage at the Metropolitan Opera House. And so the dancing years go by, and then the dancing stops, and Florrie Anderson, dancer, becomes Florence Anderson, wardrobe mistress. What made you decide to give up your place on stage for a position backstage, Miss Anderson?
Well, I don't know. I was getting old, I guess.
You wanted to stay in show business, I suppose. You work on Broadway with Kate Smith in Honeymoon Lane,
Yes.
in 50 Million Frenchmen, in Rio Rita, the Ziegfeld Follies, on the Low Circuit, and then the Great Depression. Theaters all over the country are closing. Shows are folding. Variety says Wall Street lays an egg. And in the middle of all this panic, the biggest thing to hit Broadway was just about to open its doors. The Radio City Music Hall. And you, Florence Anderson, become its first wardrobe mistress.
Florence and I have been together during all this wonderful 27 years.
Another voice from your past and present, Florence Anderson, the executive producer of the Radio City Music Hall, Mr. Leon Leonidoff. Here is Mr. Leonidoff.
Well,
Sit down there by her, Leon.
I must admit,
Here, right here if you want, sir.
I just love that girl to death.
You what?
I just love her to death.
Well, I can understand why.
And you know, she's my severest critic. When I do a show and something is wrong, she'll bowl the dickens out of me. But when it's right, you know, she pats me on the back, she hugs me, and sometimes she even gives me a kiss. Particularly on Christmas. Oh, she loves the Christmas shows. She's got so much to do in them, but she adores them. However, Ralph, one thing I must tell you something. It happened just, I think, about a couple of years ago. You remember that new fashion come out, the sag dresses?
Sag dresses.
Yeah, well, she's sitting in my office, and the costume designer walks in with a few sketches of the sag dresses, and he says, Leon, I think you should dress up these 8 girls in this Easter show in the sag dresses. I looked at it, and then she picked in, and I saw shaking her head. I said, what's wrong, Florence? Don't you like the sag dresses? She says, you know the truth? No. I said, well, what's wrong? She says, you know, to me, if all the women should dress for a man, and when a woman gets into a dress, a man should have some idea where she is.
Good advice. Thank you, Leon Leonidoff. Thank you very much. That's what you said. And now, as wardrobe mistress of the Radio City Music Hall, there are the sewing years and the darning years and the mending and patching and the listening years, too, as your girls and boys tell you their backstage stories of love and struggle and success. There was one young man who remembers you well. He started out as the first baritone at the Music Hall in 1933, went on to the Metropolitan Opera, was the star of the fabulous Broadway success Most Happy Fella, and he's always been your friend, Florence Anderson, Robert Weedy. Here's Robert Weedy.
Oh, hi. Wonderful to see you still here. You know, it was about 20 years ago that I was on here last. Huh?
Yes.
We used to have some good times, didn't
But
we?
I've always asked about you.
And some funny times.
I've always sent messages to you.
And I've always gotten them. And you know, we were reminded today of a time that we had here that was a little fun. Remember, I was standing over there by that organ,
Yes.
singing something about the moth and the flame.
Yes.
And you and Francis and Gus were standing over on that side. And all of a sudden, a slightly inebriated young man decided that he'd steal the show and came up right here on the stage,
Oh, I
put his
remember
coat
quite
down,
well.
remember?
Yes, I do quite
And
well.
was it you who pulled his coat and hat underneath the curtain here?
Oh, I used to meet them all over. They
Met
used to
them
get
all.
in somewhere.
Well, it's
Yes, well,
wonderful to see you here.
good
And I
see
hope
you, Robert.
if I come back in 20 years, will you still be here?
I doubt it.
Oh, no. Will you be here and just be as well and happy and everything as we all are now? Bye-bye.
Bye,
Thank you,
Freddie.
Robert Weedy. Thank you. What'd you say?
That's wonderful.
Well, I'm glad it is wonderful for you. It's certainly wonderful for us. I know seeing your past go by like this must be something for you. Florence, Robert Weedy said that included in his favorite memories of the music hall was Frances, of course. And Frances is, of course, your daughter. And here is Frances. She knew about it, too. Yes? Sit down by Mommy. That's right, Frances. Oh, my, I have never seen a secret kept more beautifully. It certainly is a credit to the music hall, with all the people here. Frances, you started working at the music hall in a pretty dramatic way yourself, didn't you?
Yes, Mother was taken quite ill, and she had to be rushed to the hospital. Show was changing. There was frantic things going on. There was just no one could replace her, and I pinched in, and we've been together ever since as a team.
Yes.
We like it.
Your son, Gus, Jr., passed away in 1946, Miss Anderson. Your husband, Gus, Sr., in 1947.
To fill this gap, Ma, you took me to your heart and helped me come to America.
A girl you befriended, Florence? Enid Highton.
Oh.
Enid Highton.
Well, you will have kept the secret very good, I'm sure.
Sit right down here. Yes, we were saying backstage, the people were saying it's going to be someone from the audience tonight, a celebrity or somebody, and we do have a celebrity in you. Florence has actually become almost a mother to you, hasn't she, Enid?
She certainly has, Mr. Edwards. She's been wonderful. I first met Ma 5 years ago. 5 years ago on a train in Liverpool, England. I didn't see her again, but I never forgot her. And when I wrote to her a few months ago and said I'd like to come to America as she did years ago, I didn't think she'd remember me, but she did. And not only did she tell me to come as quickly as possible, but she took me to her home, and that's where I'm living now.
There are untold stories about you, Florence Anderson, around the music hall here. Almost every rockette, and they're all peeking around the wings now, watching you back there, and all the stage hands, everybody. Almost every rockette you've ever worked with could tell us something about you and your great heart. You've worked with young people who are starting in the theater, and you've worked with some of the greatest stars. They all remember you and would want tonight, of all nights, to be remembered to you. One person in particular never fails to stop backstage to see you whenever he's in New York. He wanted to send you this message, even though he couldn't be with you tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, who?
Cary Grant.
Mr. Cary Grant.
Florence, I want you to know of my appreciation for the constant kindness you've shown me ever since I was a young boy. Ever since I first came to America to work in that other great show place of earlier days, the New York Hippodrome. You may not have known it, dear, but I often stood in the wings, in the folds of that huge curtain, happily watching that unforgettable ballet and water spectacle in which you appeared. And you always had a smile for me and for everyone in the show, just as you have today. And so I'm very grateful to Ralph Edwards, and This Is Your Life, for permitting me to publicly express these words of love and gratitude for the years of our friendship. I'm only sorry I can't be there to join that happy gathering around you on that familiar stage, but please give my fondest thoughts to everyone backstage and to each of those wonderful, hard-working, talented kids, those dancing girls to whom you mean so much. And, of course, to Russ Downing and his great Radio City Music Hall staff who helped organize tonight's surprise to you, their most cherished member. I'll see you soon, Florence. You're one of my main attractions in New York. I'll come looking for you when Operation Petticoat opens there for the Christmas season. Good night, Florence, darling. I'll see you soon.
What's that?
Cary and I work together, and we dance together.
Yes, mighty wonderful man, isn't he? Thank you very much, Cary Grant. All of us here have already seen your wonderful picture, Operation Petticoat, which is the feature attraction on the great Christmas program at the Music Hall. Florence Anderson, in just a moment, the great contour curtain of the Music Hall will rise. What's behind that curtain, we think, will thrill you. What was the question you just asked? You want to know what?
I don't know.
You want to know how?
An insignificant little person like me should get on This Is Your Life.
Oh, well, actually, I thought you said you wondered how we got all this information on you without your knowing about it. That speaks well for this wonderful group here at Radio City Music Hall.
Well, they tricked me, and I'm pretty wise.
She
but they tricked me.
She says, I still want to go to Hollywood, and Mr. Leonardoff says we may get to Newark. You can't tell, but we don't.
Get to Newark tonight.
Florence Anderson, we've met some of the people who have been important in your life. There's one part of your life, however, that we haven't yet covered. You're a member in good standing of the Theatrical Wardrobe Attendants, Supervisor and Attendants Union, local number 764, IATSE. And here's your president, Beatrice Leon. Here she is. And here is Robert Rowe Paddock, president of United Scenic Artists, local number 829. Mr. Paddock. And Herman Gelber, president of Moving Picture Machine Operators, local number 306, IATSE. And Al Knopf, vice president of the Associated Musicians of Greater New York, local 802, American Federation of Musicians. Solly Hernick, president of Theatrical Union, local number 1, IATSE. And Jackie Bright, national administrative secretary of the American Guild of Variety Artists.
Well, Florence, on behalf of all of us who represent the theatrical unions that you've worked with, I'd like to present you with this wonderful scroll. It says a lot of beautiful things about you, and we'd like you to know that we mean every word of it with all of our heart and that we love you. So, congratulations, Florence, and from all of us and from all of your friends at the Radio City Music Hall, God bless you. Here it is.
Yes, Florence? Now, if you look behind you, you'll see the great contour curtain of the Music Hall going up just for you. There are your fellow workers, Rockettes, corps de ballet, electricians, stagehands, ushers, nurses, executives, everyone who works with you, everyone who loves you, here tonight to salute you. There you are, Florence. There they are. Well, now, Florence, Prell would like you to have this gold charm bracelet designed by Marshall Jewelers of Fifth Avenue, New York. Bob Warren is handing it to you there. And we know that you'll want to relive tonight again and again, so you'll receive a film of this program and a Bell & Howell sound projector to play it on, and a 16-millimeter electric eye camera to record the many years ahead. I'm sure Mr. Gelber there will show you how to use it, you know.
Oh.
Now, for your leisure hours...
I have to give you a card.
For your leisure hours, Prell would like you to have this beautiful RCA Victor Latham color television set to bring you the great shows in living color pioneered and developed by RCA. We've also found out that one of your greatest wishes is to take a holiday. You said to Hollywood. This is why we were laughing so hard backstage. Will you settle for Las Vegas, Nevada?
Oh, wonderful.
All right. We knew you would, because you've expressed a great desire to go to Las Vegas, and so we've made arrangements for you to stay at the fabulous Sands Hotel in Las Vegas for 2 weeks, anytime you'd like to go, with Francis, of course. And another thing, all of your expenses will be paid for, all your living expenses, that is, you understand. Florence, all of these years you've attended the wardrobe of others. Now it's high time someone attended to your own. So Prell would like you to have a wardrobe created by Richard Cole, founder of the Young Fashion Creators of America, whose collection comprises styles that are designed for all hours of the day. This is your life, Florence Anderson. The curtain may descend after each performance here at the Music Hall, but for you, there's always another curtain going up. We hope the stage of your life will always be filled with love as it is tonight. Good night, and God bless you.
Boeing 707 jets, the fastest jetliner in the USA. Fly the finest. Fly TWA.
We'll be asking one question next week. Who is Sammy? Watch for the answer on This Is Your Life. We'll see you then. Good night. And good night to all of you, ladies and gentlemen.
Is a Ralph Edwards production. Produced by Axel Gruenberg and directed by Richard Gottlieb.